pretty frosty over there. Warm in here though. About 65 below or colder. Nice, I like this setup already. We're gonna put some bait on the other side, put some brush up to this. So they're awful strong at the beginning. Get coffee percolating, dog water heating up. See that bait up there? Get the trap right there. The old Snonicle's pretty good today. Yeah, so here's a tour of my Alaskan Trapline campsite. Got some overflow here. Next trap was a nothing. One there, it's called a Sundog. Here we go. Welcome to the Beaver Retriever channel, where I bring you along showing you my lifestyle. And we're up in Alaska right now, actually remote Alaska, living out of a tent and running a trap line. So we just started setting traps, probably 3 days ago now. So hopefully this is the week we catch my very first Alaskan critter. We're after marten and we're after lynx, and we'll set for a few other things once I get my other traps. It's 70 below out there this morning. So that's crazy. That's cold. So when it is that cold, the frost builds up wicked in this tent. Any spot where the wood stove doesn't really get direct heat to turns all frosty. But anyway, where the wood stove is, wood stove's right here. All this is all thawed out, but you get behind us here, that's pretty frosty over there. Warm in here though. I feel comfortable. We're going on a month on living out of this tent so far in Alaska, and it's been 30, 40, 50, 60 below for the last month. And this morning, finally 70 below. And then tomorrow, it's finally going to start warming up, so that'll be nice. I don't spend too much time out there when it's this cold. I only go out there for 2-3 hours, come back in, go out there for 2-3 hours, come back in. Once we get 20 below and warmer, I could go out for the day. Yeah, we're gonna head out and try to set 2 traps. Gonna start to set a marten trap and a lynx trap up on the river. So we've been just going by foot, and eventually I'll use the dog team. And but today it is probably about 65 below or colder. Was about 70, I think earlier. It was a little lower than that. Yeah, so we're breaking out an old trapper trail. It doesn't look like anybody's used it in a long time. Try setting a trap in this hollow log. I don't know how it's going to work. I've been doing pulse. Tried a totally different set. Got a trap down inside this hollow log. Put some meat down past it. A little bit of brush on top just to kind of keep the birds from seeing it, but they should run up and try to jump in there, or they could come up from this side. And so hopefully this works. Normally I've been doing a pole set, which probably the next one I do, I'll do a pole set so you see it. Setting up a lynx trap here. This is coming out nice. Got this old down log coming around the river here. And this will be nice. I like this setup already. We're going to put some bait on the other side, put some brush up to this, so lynx will jump up on this log and come in and hopefully stick their head through there. There, that's my set. That come out pretty good on this log. All right, we're doing another marten set. This is what I've been doing, except for I'm using a little steeper of a pole. And got a counter bait we're going to mount on this little stick there, put the bait up past it, throw some brush over the top. Marten will come running up this pole and try to go up through the trap and into the bait. All right, done with that marten set. That's a typical pole set right there. Trap's up there, bait's past it. Got this brush all on top of it, so they'll want to come up this pole and hopefully go right into my trap. So we're going to put some skunk essence on a tree right in this area. Hopefully that'll draw them over. They'll come run up this pole and try to get themselves a snack. Freaking cold out here. What, 60 below still? Over 60 below still. So tomorrow, after tomorrow, it's supposed to be warm right up. Be like teens, negative teens, which is warm compared to 60, 70 below. That's freaking warm. So yeah, one of the dogs are out there growling. So I'm gonna step outside, see if I see anything. If something's stalking us here or what? What's going on, guys? Oh, you were growling? Was there something out there, kid? Is there anything out there? What were you growling at? Yeah, definitely gotta be cautious up here. I think all the dogs would have got riled up though if something was actually out there. Alright, today we're headed out to get supplies. I've been out here for about 5 days now, so we need to go out and get some food and some dog food and charge some batteries. So my phone's just about dead. GoPro batteries are just about all dead. So this time, probably not this time, but the next time I go out, the next few days, I'm going to try to grab my solar panel. So I can hook up my solar panel to my battery out here, and hopefully that'll be enough to keep my phone charged. So I can stay out here for a couple of weeks at a time, or more. So just gotta buy a bunch of food, and we'll be good. I don't mind staying out here, not being in town, seeing people. Perfect. just the way I like it. So it finally warmed up, is why I'm going out, because my truck wouldn't start at that 70, 60 below. My truck wouldn't start. I'd have to take forever trying to heat up the oil, trying to get it to start. Yeah, so it's negative 20 right now, so that's a heat wave compared to that 60, 70 below. And the truck should start today, so we're headed out in a couple hours and run to town and do a bunch of shopping, take a shower at the laundromat, and then we'll head back out here tonight. We're going to move the tent the next few days. I want to move up off of the swamp. This is actually all swamp down there. It's getting pretty wet inside the tent, so we're going to clear this area and set up right here next to the dogs. I'm actually going to leave a couple of these trees so I can like stack my firewood or have something to hang stuff on. So we're knocking some branches off the shovel, just trying to kill some time. We're going to leave for town here in probably about 45 minutes. And next few days, when it's nice and warm, nice day out, we're going to move the tent from down there up to here. And this will be my new spot for the winter, I think. Yeah, almost lost the sled that time. And just about tipped over, but we're making it. Headed out for supplies. Dogs are doing good. They're awful strong at the beginning. Yeah, we just come back from town. Got all kinds of groceries and a few other odds and ends. And got the sled right full. We got a bale of hay, dog food, me food, a little bit of everything. We'll come back out in a few more days too to get some more traps. But we got the dogs all hooked up. We're about to head back out. Yeah, this is a pretty good load for the dogs. Got about a 5.5 mile run. So I'm gonna be running a lot of it too. Especially with this weight, we get 3-4 miles into it, these guys will start slowing down. And I'll run more then. Hey, we made it back. And now I'm melting snow, get the fire going. Melting snow for drink and dog food. Fire going. So yeah. I think we're gonna cook some bacon and eggs for dinner. Yeah, we're making some bagels on the stove this morning. A little burnt. I was cranking this morning. I'm gonna just turn it down. Got coffee percolating. Dog water heating up. Today we're gonna try to break out some more trail and set at least 2 more traps. I got 7 marten traps out. I want at least 2 more today. Working on some dog houses this morning. I already started some makeshift houses for the dogs there the other day, so today we're gonna do a little more work to them. I'm just using my little handsaw and finding some little trees to cut through here. Yeah, getting this one done. This is Lynx's house. Just stuffing some brush here on the sides. And blocking it off a little bit. And she'll have a nice little house here. Yeah, it sucks freaking dark so freaking much up here. So sucks on like videotaping. I don't have the proper lighting and everything, so just trying to be on the go. Got so much shit to do around here. And run a line and check the line and keep the dogs taken care of, and gonna move the tent either tonight or tomorrow up to here. We're down on a swamp down there, so it's starting to melt and be nasty inside the tent. So I think I'm gonna clear a spot right here and put the tent right here. Yeah, finally light out, so we're gonna grab one of the dogs. We're gonna grab Sable Dog and go try to break trail and set a couple traps. My goal was to make it down to the river that I've been trapping on. So there's another old trail I see on the aerial photo maps that looks like old trapper trails. Some trapper cleared these a long time ago and probably passed away by now, and they haven't been used in a long time, so I'm re-clearing them out and going with it. Hopefully next week I'll start using the dog team to come up through here. Been just trying to pack trail with snowshoes. Yeah, so we already got a mile trail in over by that hill over that way. Goes out a mile, does a big loop and comes back. So that's my first section of trap line. Now then I put another one over here, just went up a little ways and put in 1 trap up there. And now we're headed over here, which I've already set up 1 marten trap, 1 lynx trap over here. But we're going further, trying to get to this old trail that crosses the river. And I can go about 2 miles on the other side of the river over there. So up into the woods here and set my first trap for the day. So it's kind of a river right over there, not far through the woods. There's not much for trees out there behind me. And get over here and look how thick it is. Marten definitely hanging out. See that line of wood? Martin definitely be hanging out up in there. I just walked all around in here trying to find a natural leaning pole at the right angle. I wanted a little steeper than the ones I've been setting. So I couldn't find nothing good. So we're actually going to cut this tree down and go mount it to them trees right there and make my own pole setup. So, all right, I changed my mind already. I'm going to use this pole right here. So get just the right lean. It's a little too big. I don't want nothing bigger than like a spray can size, but I'm gonna try here. I like this natural pole versus my ones I've been trying to make there. So yeah, so I just mount my trap to a little stick that I wire to the tree, put some bait behind it. Now I'm gonna put a bunch of brush up from that way pointing down over the trap there. Kind of looks like just a natural little tree and a little crown on it. It's enough lean that the Martin's going to want to try to come up this side versus this side where he's upside down. And they should see the bait. That set done. It's come up pretty good. I think I might have used a little too much brush, but maybe there's no such thing. I don't know. But so hopefully the Martin will come running up this tree. See that bait up there. Get the trap right there. They'll try to squeeze right in there and get that bait. Hopefully. Yeah, working down this old trail. Yeah, we're getting there on the trail. So, got a long ways to go. Probably still got like 2.5 miles of snowshoeing to do to break out this entire trail. Probably more than that. So, there's a couple of side trails I might try to break out too. So, but little by little, hopefully we get at least a mile in a day. I'd be happy. So, in through here ain't too bad. Yeah, this is the worst section of trail yet that I've encountered so far on the Trapline. That stuff is down everywhere. The trail goes right up through there. We made it to about where I wanted to make it to. The river right here. And it looks pretty soggy. I know the ice is safe, but we got overflow up here. So I gotta kind of be careful. So I'm not gonna cross it today. And I'm not quite sure which way it goes. It might go up that way, or it might go over this way. Which that way is a big bank. I won't be able to make it up. I'm gonna have to find a spot where I can make it across with the dog team. So here's my next set. Come out pretty good. A pretty good little leaning pole here on the brush. They can see the bait from down here. The only thing I worry about on this one is I'll probably get weaseled. There's weasel tracks right here, so hopefully we catch him. We can catch weasels, but they can make it in between them triggers pretty easily. So hopefully he gets in there and wiggles around trying to pull on the bait. And that'll get him to hit the trigger and get the trap set off. So yeah, so I'm gonna work my way back to the tent and take lunch and maybe find something to do around there. So, and tomorrow we'll come back out here and try to cross that river. Yeah, we just come out and set one more set kind of close to the campsite here. So I think it came out pretty good. The Martin should want to come up this pole. You'll see the bait up there. Hopefully go right through the trigger there. Feeding time for the dogs. And we've mixed some hot water in with their food. I've been melting snow here this afternoon. And go through and feed them all. Save the dog. Hungry? Warm meal. Beaver dog. Beaver dog. Beaver dog hungry. Yeah, we're all eating. He's already almost done. Beaver dog's a good eater. Beaver and sable dog are probably my best eaters. Alright, so next morning, and I'm moving the tent this morning. This freaking water is getting crazy on my floor. We're set up on a swamp right here, so it's all freaking turning watery. Been standing on these totes trying to keep my feet dry, and they're cracking, so really can't have wet feet out here or anything getting wet. So we're gonna move shop over there by the dog. I'm shoveling out a spot right here, right next to the dogs. They're all lined up right here in their little house set up. So I actually cut this pole yesterday. I'm gonna try to leave this pole whole. Maybe cut these ones a little bit tall too, and set my tent over this stuff. That way I'll have a pole to hang all my stuff on instead of hanging it on the roof like I have been. And I might be able to stack up some firewood up against some of these poles here. So we're shoveling it out now, and then we'll try to move. Yeah, we got the tent all moved. Kind of like my freaking pole idea. I got a freaking pole in here in the middle. The pole right here where the stove stack's gonna be coming out, kind of help hold it up. And another pole over there for stack firewood against. Probably can stack firewood between these two poles. Yeah, so we're all set up here. I really like how I left a couple of trees, so I just cut off high. Now I can stack firewood between this one and that one. There's one behind that canvas there. I also got one here in the center. to hang stuff off of. I'll hammer some nails into it once it thaws out. That way I can hang my pots and pans and everything on it. Back down to the river. Now I'm gonna try to find a good spot to cross. Sucks, this is like a 5, 6, 7 foot bank right here, so definitely ain't gonna be able to make it down over and back up on the other side. We just gotta bring a shovel. I gotta shovel a lot of snow and make a ramp here to make it so me and the dogs can get on and off the river here. So it doesn't look as slushy today. Hopefully it froze up a little bit. So we're gonna go over here and go down across. Yeah, right here don't look bad at all. I think we might be able to, still looks like a little bit of a bank down there, but I think no matter what, we're gonna have to shovel something. Get right on the edge here. Ice feels safe. Whew. Yeah, the ice is safe. So I think that's gonna be my route. I'm just gonna have to shovel some snow and pack it down. Let's get across. Can't find the other end of my trail. I went way off direction. I've been kind of using my maps on my phone there. We're way off direction, so kind of lost now. Always can follow my snowshoe tracks out though. But we're gonna head out this way. And hopefully we'll hit the other end of this trail. I just don't know where it crossed the river there. So if I can find this other end, when I come back, I can figure out the straight way across to figure out where this trail went. Yeah, we found the trail again. So this is the way we'll be headed out. We're gonna go up this way a little ways. So I can go about 2 miles this way. And after going through all this shit behind me, I'm pretty worn out already. I'm only gonna go a little ways that way. And then I'll go up that way until I want to set a trap. Wherever it decides a good spot to set a trap, as far as I'm going that way today. And then on our way back, I want to set a trap on this wood line. There's a wood line over here. Pretty freaking deep though. Hard going for him. Yeah, so this is as far as we're gonna go today. Freaking legs are already tired. Yeah, so we got 2 spots I'm gonna set on the way back to the tent. That'll put me at 12 sets out for the season. Get another trap in. So that's trap number 11. Hopefully Martin will run up this pole. See my bait up there, just beyond my trap. On to the next set. Yeah, we got another set made. This one actually come out a little better than the other one. See the bait up through there. Hopefully they'll run right up this pole. So now we're headed back to the tent. Take a break, maybe cut up some firewood or do something close to the tent for the rest of the day. So I probably get about a mile of trail, 3/4 of a mile of a trail broke out. Hey, we made it back to the tent. The old Snonicle's is pretty good today. So the dogs freaking destroyed their freaking dog house set up. Mink must have tried to climb on top of his house, wrecked it. These guys dug a hole out in front of their house. So I'm gonna take a break and I guess I'm gonna work on doghouse for the rest of the day. Yeah, so it's the next day. I didn't videotape anything this morning. I already made bagels and coffee and everything. But now we're working on firewood. Get a little bit of firewood cut up and throw into the tent, stack it up. And probably go get one more load and then we'll go trapping. So we're running low on GoPro batteries, so only gonna take quick clips here. So that's the worst thing I got out here is trying to keep everything charged. So yeah, so here's a tour of my Alaskan Trapline campsite. Tent over here. Got all the dog team out here. I'll do a drop chain. Got some little makeshift houses I built for them with some brush. And right on the side of a boggy area here. Nice and open out there. Right, Beaver dog. And we come over here, we got all my stuff. And this is a thermometer. It's only about 45 below or so maybe. Alright, so here's a tour of the inside of the tent. Come on in. So it's coming out pretty good. We got a nice big wood pile. Got a little stove in here. Got a pole in the center to hang all my stuff on. Hang some toilet paper and paper towels up there. And I got a cot over here to sleep on. There's another tote over there that the dog sleeps on sometimes. We got a tote cover here just to put my feet on so they don't get all wet when I take the boots off. Got a messy side table. Yeah, so we got a Milwaukee work light here that I charge my phone and stuff off of, and GoPro batteries and headlamps. And So that's a tour of the campsite. I think it's coming out pretty damn good. I'm liking it. So this is fun. This is what I came to Alaska to do. On our way to go set a couple of more traps today. And I'm not gonna go to where I left off yesterday. We're gonna leave that until I do a trap check on Saturday. I don't want to walk by them traps at Sea of Martin today. I'm doing a complete trap check on Saturday. So we got another area here. We can go up a mile and set a couple of traps up this way too. Well, this spot sucks. Got some overflow here, going through some water. So hopefully my boots are holding. I just fixed them from leaking this morning, so I'm glad I kind of did. Got another set in, so this will come out pretty good. Hopefully they'll come and run up this pole, go right up into the trap there. Trap number 13 for Martin that we got out. So nice. All right, off to the next trap. Here's set number 2. Come out pretty good. Should be able to see the bait right up in there. And got some skunk essence right here on top of the tree. That skunk essence is a long distance call lure. Like if a martin crossed way over behind me right there, they'd smell the skunk essence and come check this out of curiosity. And then hopefully they'd see my meat or smell my meat on the pole, because I rubbed the meat up and down the pole. They'll go up there and try to have them snack, and I'll catch them. So, all right, we're gonna head back to the tent and call it a day. So, 2 traps and another mile of trail broke out, so that's good. We're headed out to get some supplies out of my truck. These guys are ready. Well, for a while, charge some batteries. All right, today's the day. We're gonna go check traps. So hopefully I catch 1 critter. That's all I care about. I just want to catch 1 critter. I really want to catch more than 1, but I'll be happy with 1. Make some scrambled eggs and toast for breakfast, and then once it gets daylight, it starts getting light out, we'll head out and start checking traps. Melt a little bit of butter. This is how I cook at home too. This is nothing new really to me. So at home I live in a little 10x16 cabin, and cook right off the wood stove in that. That's got a nice little cast iron wood stove. I really like that wood stove better than this little tent stove, but this one's a lot lighter, a lot easier to carry around in and out of the woods here. This is gonna be good. Big old plate of scrambled eggs. So I'm gonna start some toast. Put some cheese on the scrambled eggs. They're almost ready. Yeah, breakfast is served. Every time I get videotaping, I burn something or forget to do something. All right, here we go. The moment I've been waiting for. Been freaking holding off on checking traps all week. So hopefully today we'll catch 1 critter out of 17 traps. Yep, trap 1 was a nothing. Trap 2 is a negative. So nothing. Trap number 3, another negative. That next trap was a nothing. Next trap is a nothing. So what's that? Trap number 5. Now we're getting down into some lynx traps. I'm gonna put the dog on a leash. Definitely don't want a dog jumping into a conga trap. Yep, nothing in my lynx traps either. Sun's coming over the hill finally. Looks like the sky's on fire back there. Yeah, look at the sun dogs. That's pretty cool. Little sections of rainbow, one there, one there. That's called a sun dog. Couple more traps into it and still nothing. 5 traps left to check, so I don't know, losing faith now. Yeah, definitely gonna work on these trails so I can bring the dog team. I've been snowshoeing for over 3 hours now. My legs are freaking tired, my feet are starting to get sore. We still probably got another 1.5 miles to go. So we'll be at this for another hour, hour and a half. Well, nothing today on the trap line. Coming up to my last trap right there. It doesn't look set off. Everything still looks good, so we're just gonna stay back. Boss, come, boss, come. All right, headed back to the tent. My freaking legs are killing me. Yeah, so next week we're gonna start clearing trails and set just a couple more traps and reset a couple of lynx traps. I want to switch over to a 330 instead of a 220 and set a couple of footholds over there too, and then just work on trails. I want to make it so I can do this on the dog team. I've been snowshoeing for 4.5 hours now, so it's quite the adventure. Yeah, so that's it for this week. So thanks for tuning in, and make sure to stay tuned in next week for more adventures with the Beaver Retriever.